This short poem uses a melon to explore choice, memory, similarity, and separation. It asks whether the fruit should be cut crosswise or into round slices, then notices morning dew resting on a muddy melon. In the final image, two people are compared to a melon split in two. The bright fruit becomes a simple but thoughtful symbol of how something can be whole, divided, familiar, and changed by the way we look at it. The poem begins with the first melon before it is cut. At this moment, the fruit is still whole, complete, and full of possibilities. The speaker's question makes an ordinary object feel important. How we divide something may change the way we understand it. A small decision in the kitchen becomes an invitation to think about perspective choice and the different forms a single thing can take. The poem asks whether the first melon should be cut crosswise or turned into a row of round slices. Both choices begin with the same fruit, but each one creates a different shape, pattern, and visual experience. The speaker turns this practical decision into a reflection on perspective. What changes when we divide something in a different way? Sometimes the form we choose influences the meaning we notice. Crosswise and round slices show that one object can offer more than one way to be seen. The melon does not change its identity, but its appearance changes when the knife creates a new form. This simple contrast encourages the reader to think about how choices shape attention. We may begin with the same experience, yet notice different patterns depending on how we approach it and what we decide to reveal. The next image is small but vivid. Morning dew rests on a muddy melon, staining it with coolness. The fruit belongs to the earth, yet the water makes it look fresh and bright. This contrast reminds us that beauty can appear in unexpected places. Dirt and coolness, weight and delicacy become part of the same quiet picture. The poem gives close attention to an ordinary object and allows a few details to carry a larger emotional meaning. The muddy melon is not presented as something that must be cleaned before it can be beautiful. Instead, the mud and the dew remain together on its surface. The earth gives the fruit weight and texture, while the cool water gives it brightness. By placing these opposites in one image, the poem shows how meaning often comes from contrast. Something can be imperfect and still be vivid, memorable, and worthy of careful attention. The poem ends by comparing two people to a melon split in two. The image suggests deep similarity because the halves come from one whole, but it also suggests distance and separation. Two parts may share an origin and still face different directions. The melon becomes a gentle symbol of closeness, division, identity, and the complicated ways people can understand or fail to understand one another. Across the poem, the melon changes from an ordinary fruit into a metaphor for the way people see and understand the world. Cutting creates different forms, dew creates beauty through contrast, and the final split suggests that two people may be similar yet separated. The poem leaves us with a gentle reminder. One simple image can contain questions about choice, identity, closeness, distance, and the meaning we give to familiar things.